What is up, guys? Red Ranger 02 here, and I'm here with another review. This time I'm reviewing something different. This time I will be reviewing the henshin belt from Kamen Rider Drive. Now, I kind of did like a demo of this before, but I never did a full-on review for it. So right now I have what it comes with. It comes with 2 shift cars, the driver itself, the shift brace, and belt parts. Now these are the belt parts that it did come with. However, I have since took off the actual connection parts of the belt off because this cannot fit me, as you would probably easily be able to tell. Yeah, that can't fit me. So instead, I found one of those like stretchy elastic belts and have attached the connection parts onto there, like so. Now, the whole thing that the series is essentially about is that there is a special police operative that look for these things called gravity surges, which happened several years ago, where gravity just gets so heavy that people can't really move, and they inspect those. However, apparently there are these creatures called Roidma behind it, or Roidmood? I don't know. I'm gonna call them Roidma behind it. And essentially, one of the officers, Takeru, ends up finding out that within his car is this, the driver. And he learns that this is able to defeat the Roidma, and so he becomes a Kamen Rider in order to defeat them. And throughout the series, he has several different weapons and things that he gets throughout the series. But for right now, I'm just covering this. Now, I did pick this up on Amazon next to my grandmother for about 30 bucks. So yeah, not a bad deal. So, like I said, it comes with the shift brace. Now, I did not have to replace the shift brace, for the shift brace actually fits my wrist pretty well. I can get it like on the 3rd notch. And it fits my wrist very comfortably. And I'm actually just going to wear this. And I'll explain what it does later on. But this is the driver. This is the main body of it. Now, however, because I am sitting down, I will not be putting on the driver. On its own, it's supposed to be kind of like the front of a car mixed with the dashboard. And kind of the ignition seems as though it has a little key right here. And on its own, it has a startup noise, and that's about it. All the other noises can either be accessed by shift cars or the shift brace. And here we have shift car speed and tire Kokan shift car max flare. Now, what type speed is essentially a type shift car. He has several forms throughout the series. He has speed, wild, technique, and formula are the 4 forms that he accesses throughout it, not including his kind of battleized form, Dead Heat. But this is essentially the first shift car that he uses, and is the main one that he sticks with. Now, what is a shift car, essentially? A shift car is kind of like its own little, like, robotic car, however, has a AI programmed in it, so all these cars have, like, their own emotions, everything. And the reason they're called shift cars is because they will help Takeru, who is the officer who uses these, to shift or transform into Kamen Rider, or should I say henshin. Henshin meaning transform in Japanese. Another reason they're called shift cars is because of this. But first, they are a really good detailed car, and honestly, these are like really good cars. I really like these. Sorry, let's fix them. The screen went black. And they're very good details. They have the well, I actually found out these guys right up here are two individual wheels. The wheels back here, however, are one wheel. But they do roll around like an actual Hot Wheels car, and they roll around very nice. Now, why are they called shift cars? Well, because if you grab the part back here and rotate it, it turns into a lever, which can then be used in the shift brace. And I will show that off in a little bit. Now here we have Tire Kokan shift car Max Flare. Now what does Tire Kokan mean? Tire Kokan essentially means tire change. Drive's main staple is that he has like a tire across his chest that goes completely around him. Now they can come off, and he can use what are called these Tire Kokan shift cars and access different tires, which then give him different abilities. In this case, this is Max Flare. Now, all Tire Kokan shift cars are done in this kind of translucent kind of plastic, which I happen to like a whole lot. And he has a lot of flame detail on him, which is pretty cool. Can roll around just as easily, and it has the same thing. Two separate wheels up front, however, one wheel in the back. Well, what looks like two wheels, however, is just one wheel in the back. Which is pretty cool. And it is a shift car. And so Max Flare essentially gives him flame abilities. He can still run extremely fast. However, he can leave behind trails of fire. He can create fire punches. Heck, he can even like make his handle sword, which I might be trying to get, catch fire, and he can even shoot flame bullets out of his door gun. And it is a shift car in its own right, and it has a flame symbol, and if you can see that, on the flame is actually tire treads. Now, on all Tire Kokan cars, their symbol will have tire treads going down it. So not only can you tell that it's a Tire Kokan by it being translucent like this, however, you can tell because there will be tire treads on the actual symbol. So let's get into now, the belt itself is actually unique in the series too, because it has the artificial intelligence of the creator who made the driver and the shift brace. His actual like conscious is in this, so it actually has emotions on its own. So let's actually start this thing up, that way I can show you guys.
Start your engine.
Now, it has its own individual switch, and so does the shift brace. So I'll just be turning the shift brace on real quick. And you don't get a sound when you turn on the shift brace, however, you do get a red light. And essentially, it is wireless. There is a signal that goes from here, and it basically tells this belt, hey, this is what's going on. So let me show you guys essentially what his emotions are first. Turn the engine key, and has a happy face, serious thinking face, angry face, confused or like upset face, and then that says like tired or I'm not going to talk to you right now face. So essentially, each one of these shift cars actually accesses different sounds, because if you can see that, there are different shift car plates underneath. They're each unique in their own right, and by sliding them through the shift brace gives off different noises for each shift car. Now there are several shift cars, just a lot of different shift cars, honestly. And in the show, only certain Tire Kokan shift cars can interact with different forms, like the like drill or dump Tire Kokon shift car cannot interact with type wild. It can only interact with type, not type wild, cannot interact with type speed. It can only really interact with either type wild, and I'm not sure if it can work with type technique. I don't think so, however. However, let's show off the actual features of one of the shift cars right now. So, turn the key. Slide it in. Here, we're gonna have to get it kind of closer. And it knows when you put one in, by making that noise, and flip it up.
Drive! Type! Speed!
And so right now you are drive type speed, essentially. So now what you can do is you can access different types of attacks from here. You can activate his dashes attacks or his final attack as speed. And I will show off his final attack and dash attacks right now. I'll show off his dash attack first, which is essentially just pushing up the lever how many times you want. Now what's cool about this, depending on how fast you press it, like if you were to go, it's like, it would actually like, so I can get it to just go, speed, speed, speed. I kind of messed up right then. One more try. So now let's activate his final attack, which is a he sucks, which means finisher. And you do that by turning the key once again and pressing the red button on the shift brace. And then pushing the shift car forward. And that will activate his final attack, which is like the staple of Kamen Rider, where they each have like this high-powered kick attack. So now let's tire Kokon, and I will show you how you do that, because it's very simple. Take the shift car out, and go put him right here. Then take Max Flare and insert it here. And
Tire Kokon! Max Flare!
And so now your Kamen Rider type speed, Max Flare. So I'll activate his Flare Strike. And now I will activate his he sucks. And now there is one last unique sound that you can get. By turning the key and pulling out the car, and then pressing the red button on the shift brace, you get
Dive Drive!
Which is how he essentially turns back into his civilian form. So honestly, what do I have to say about this set? I love this set. The only problem I'd say is the actual belt parts that it come with. are definitely too small for adult collectors. However, for kids, it's perfect. But essentially, what it is, do I recommend this? Yes. And if you haven't seen the Kamen Rider show yet, if you have a Facebook, type in Kamen Rider Drive Episode 1 Facebook, and you should be able to get it. And the guys that do the subtitles for it, Overtime and TV Nishiro, I think, they are extremely good. I've been able to watch it thanks to... It's on their Facebook, Henshin Fever. They're both extremely cool guys. They're both extremely good with subtitles. So definitely go check them out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me turn off everything. That way. Oh, by the way, this takes, I think, 4 AA batteries. No, 2 AA batteries. I think, yeah, 2 AA batteries. Whereas this thing takes... like 1 or 2 LR44s. Just thought I'd get that information out there before I end up closing the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead, like, comment, and if this is your first video of mine to watch, why not subscribe? And I will see all you guys in the next video. Power down!